Welcome everyone to the opener for the International All-Star Racing Championship here at Daytona. I am joined alongside Justin Ricci. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Tal. I'm excited for the first round of this series, seeing some of the best in the business do battle at the World Center of Racing.
Well, that's awesome to hear. I think we got a good show planned out here. 40-car field here, getting ready to duel it out at Daytona. And yeah, I think we can just about here get this show started. So let's get ready to head down trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
And as the cars roll off of pit road here, we're going to take a look at our starting lineup. And here we are live at the racetrack, getting ready to get this race underway. So, Justin, I'll head to you. Who do you think is going to win the race tonight?
Well, if I'm being honest, he's got a pretty good starting position. That 2 Dodge of Brad Keselowski, he's very good at restrictor plate racing, especially at Daytona. And we'll see how he does against the remainder of the field here, but I think he can get it done tonight.
That is a good pick, but honestly, I'm going to go with the guy directly behind him, that number 4 car of Kevin Harvick. He was good here in his qualifier. He was really aggressive, made up lots of spots, and therefore that resulted him in a good starting spot. But here they come into the tri-oval. The pace car is going to make that hard left onto pit road, and here they come. The green flag is out. We're underway in the season opener at Daytona.
Already on the inside, Joseph Newgarden with a nose out front. That inside line often gets a really big jump. But now Newgarden, not sure what to do. He hops to the middle. I think he was thinking about blocking Felipe Massa on that outside.
And into turn 2, Joseph Newgarden is going to be clear and take the lead away from Massa. He is your leader now at Daytona. Kyle Busch is going to have a good run on the inside as well. He's going to clear Massa for second place, and behind them, they are double wide all over the place. Ryan Newman and Felipe Massa side by side for third.
Racetrack. Joseph Newgarden with no help on the top lane. Kyle Busch has got help right behind from Ryan Newman, and I think Kyle Busch is going to clear him off at turn number 4.
And here they come into the tri-oval. The first lap of the season is going to be led by the 18 of Kyle Busch. But here comes Ryan Newman to the inside. Those NASCAR drivers really dominant so far today. You have 4 of them up front here early with Ryan Newman trying to take the lead away.
Wow, they're technically both Penske drivers in this scenario, but there are no teams in the ISRC. The 12 of Ryan Newman and 2 of Brad Keselowski, and we already got 3 wide, jostling for position in the middle of the field.
Looks like that outside, just like the qualifier, the outside has a little bit of momentum. You saw entering turn 3, Kyle Busch had a nose ahead of Ryan Newman, but now Newman battling back on the inside there, trying to keep the lead. At the line, they're going to be dead even for the lap led. It looks like it's going to go to Kyle Busch, but you see Joseph Newgarden trying to peek to the outside, maybe sneak an impossible 3-wide move here.
Now still double file through turns 1 and 2. We'll take a look through the field. You see 3 wide with Sergio Perez up top. Chase Elliott in the middle there, and Lewis Hamilton on the bottom.
Yeah, 3 wide. Everyone beginning to be pretty aggressive early here. Those that started in the back really trying to make the way to the front because it looks like track position is important, as therefore that is proven by Ryan Newman. He takes the lead away from Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski up to second place.
Ryan Newman, very well known for his skills at Daytona 500 champion. He's got a pretty big gap over the rest of the field. Not sure if that's much of a good thing for him here.
And then you got two guys right behind Newman, the 2 and the 18. Two drivers who have not won at Daytona in the NASCAR Cup Series. Oh, no, what am I saying? Of course, they haven't won a Daytona 500. So they're still looking for one of those prestigious race wins, but lots of NASCAR drivers being dominant early.
As we see a third line kind of developing, well, not really. It's just Charles Leclerc being left out to dry in the middle lane. But this pack is anything but organized as you look further back there.
Yeah, they do seem to be fairly disorganized right now. You got two cars stuck there in the middle. I believe that is a Red Bull with Charles Leclerc is up front. Kyle Busch on the inside, trying to take the lead away from Newman here. Newgarden battling for second, and here comes a four-car Kevin Harvick for third.
Still side by side for the lead. No clear victor here, but it looks like Ryan Newman's got a good amount of help. But no, on the bottom, 3 wide, Sebastian Bourdais and Jeff Gordon trying to make something work on the bottom.
I think this is going to definitely pay off. Up front, Newman trying to block the 18. He's going to have a nose behind. He is clear for the lead, but Bourdais making an aggressive move early. He takes it 3 wide, and he's going to be 3 wide there. Newgarden beginning to slip way back. He has no help.
And in 10 laps, these guys are going to have to come to pit road and put 4 fresh tires on these cars, and that can really disorganize the field if it wasn't already disorganized while they are 3 wide all over the place.
Yes, they are. Lots of guys still being aggressive early. Up, look at there, Kurt Busch in that 97 touched the apron there a little bit. I think there was a little bit of freak out moment where he, there was near contact, but in front of him they are still 3 wide. That's, I believe, Massa, Newgarden, and Will Power. But up front, Kyle Busch is going to have the nose ahead. He's your new leader.
Kyle Busch. Ryan Newman has absolutely no help on the high side. He's going to lose spot after spot from behind Kyle Busch, Sebastian Bourdais, and Jeff Gordon. Bourdais peeks out down low. Kyle Busch unable to block. We'll see if he can get around on the outside. He doesn't have much help up there.
And Sebastian Bourdais is going to take the lead here at Daytona with help from Jeff Gordon. And I believe that is Daniel Ricciardo there, third on the bottom there, trying to help them all out. It looks like Bourdais and Busch are going to be side by side entering turn 3. Busch has a slight nose ahead, but I think Bourdais is going to get a good run on the bottom. Busch's momentum up top is going to stall out a little bit.
Nearly 3 wide for second there for a minute, but they are 3 wide everywhere around this pack. And it seems the 18 and the 1B are dead even here. No clear victor as they're still side by side, but Kyle Busch is going to get a big run.
Yeah, Busch with a big run there. He's got another advantage ahead. He is the current leader, but Bourdais fighting hard on the inside, trying to get help there from the 24, Jeff Gordon. But it looks like Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman up top are looking the most organized. Busch is going to keep the lead, and it looks like he's going to clear them both.
Now 2 cars up top trying to work together. Kyle Busch goes down to the bottom, actually the middle lane now, as now Kyle Busch has taken a big gap over the rest of the field.
That outside is beginning to look much more organized. Ryan Newman is going to clear Bourdais. He's going to take second place now. And, yeah, it looks like Busch is trying to hold on in front of Newman here. Newman's got a little bit of a run here. We'll see if Busch is going to be able to block here. They both go to the inside. Not quite enough. And now here goes Newman trying. Not enough.
On the bottom. I don't know if he's going to have anything to do with this, but he is trying. Jeff Gordon ducking down below, seeing if he can help that 6W out. But Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman are just scooting away.
Newman trying to block the 6 of Mark Webber there, but he's going to get back to the inside. Webber now trying to take second place. Kyle Busch with a pretty big gap to the cars behind him, but it looks like Mark Webber trying to get to that second place with help from Jeff Gordon, and Newman's help from Sebastian Bourdais is not really there.
With a big run on the bottom with help from Jeff Gordon, as now another Red Bull peeks out on the bottom. That's Daniel Ricciardo, 3 wide for third.
And here goes Mark Webber for the lead. Daniel Ricciardo trying to peek to the inside, maybe make it 3 wide. Oh man, these Red Bulls really being aggressive with each other up here. Kyle Busch now up top with help from Jeff Gordon, and on the bottom, it's the Red Bulls trying to work together to get Mark Webber to the lead.
Getting from his Red Bull teammate Daniel Ricciardo from behind. As we get a 3-car train. I thought that third car was a Red Bull for a second. That's Juan Pablo Montoya. Very similar color schemes, though.
Webber and Busch continue to stay side by side into turn one. Webber has the advantage. And now it looks like he's got enough momentum from Daniel Ricciardo. And Mark Webber is going to be clear and to the lead here at Daytona.
Webber jumping up to block the 18 of Kyle Busch, signifying he is the race leader. He is in control of this race now. As Daniel Ricciardo leads that bottom line in a very tight line.
Here goes Ricciardo to the inside. Side by side for second between he and Busch. But up front, it's Webber. Starting to put another little bit of a gap on the second place cars here. Kyle Busch with a lot of help there from Jeff Gordon. They're still going to stay side by side, but I think Busch is going to have a good run off of the tryover.
Busch on that outside with help from another NASCAR driver behind, Jeff Gordon. They're not going to get much of a run on the outside there. We'll see what they'll do that down the back straightaway. But Mark Webber with a big gap over the rest of the field.
I think that battling there side by side this whole time is really allowing Webber to put a little bit of gap here. But it looks like that outside is starting to prevail, and it looks like Kyle Busch is going to be clear for second.
3 wide towards the rear of the field. You see, we're taking a look at David Gravel right there. In the back, Sammy Swindell. See Michael Waltrip on the bottom there. Kyle Larson up top. Steve Kinser. A lot of big names back here. Tony Stewart may have already lost the draft.
He does. It looks like I thought saw maybe a tad bit of damage there. I don't know if he got hit by someone, but I thought I maybe saw a little left side damage. It looks like he might be okay. But pretty unfortunate for the 20. About maybe to lose the draft early.
That would be very unfortunate already. It's going to be a long night for Tony Stewart. But to the bottom, Ryan Newman with a train going with them. Jeff Gordon being left out to dry. Now none of them have help. Side by side for second.
Off of turn 4, Newman with the slight nose ahead. He's going to be in second place. Kyle Busch, it looks like he's going to slide in on the outside. He's going to let Gordon in front of him. But Mark Webber's continuing to pull away. But the bottoms help Ryan Newman. He doesn't seem like he's going to get much further. The bottom seems pretty disorganized. Lots of gaps in between cars.
Again with a big gap over the rest of the field. Jeff Gordon starting to pull away from the rest of the pack as well. He's getting right to the back bumper of that 6W and out to the bottom of the track.
Here goes Jeff Gordon to the inside, trying to take the lead away. He's going to get help from Kyle Busch. But Jeff Gordon off of turn 4 looks like he's going to take the lead.
Jeff Gordon through the tryover with help from Kyle Busch. Mark Webber with absolutely no help. He's going to have to fall back. Now Jeff Gordon to the lead.
Now it looks like Kyle Busch has a little bit of a run. He's going to peek to the inside. Here comes Kyle Busch trying to take the lead back. He's got help from Ryan Newman and Juan Pablo Montoya behind them in that third row on the bottom. But Gordon with a good advantage ahead. He's got that help from Mark Webber. But it looks like Gordon might be the leader here heading into turn 3. And it looks like he might be clear of the 18.
We're diving back down to the bottom to block the run by the 18. Still anybody's race, as now we're approaching the start of the pit window. No takers this time, but there will be very, very soon.
Jeff Gordon is going to lead this lap once again. Mark Webber and Kyle Busch continue to stay side by side. Webber with a little bit of an advantage ahead, with a little bit of help, with not much help behind him from Daniel Ricciardo. But Kyle Busch trying to hold second with help from Ryan Newman. Everyone, I'm sure, is probably thinking of a strategy here, getting ready for the pit window coming up.
Big gap over the rest of the field. We'll see how that ends up. A lot of these gaps have turned into changes for the lead. As Mark Webber with an aggressive move back to the bottom of the track, claiming second, as they're really starting to train out and head towards that bottom.
They are starting to head for the bottom, and here comes some takers. I believe that looked like, yes, that's Kyle Busch. He's going to be the first car led on pit road, and a bunch behind follow. Looks like Montoya, Elliott, Perez, Pagano, Michael Waltrip, and others.
Pit Kyle Busch, who started towards the front of the field, got a long way to go until he reaches his pit stall. All these guys will likely be taking 4 fresh tires and a fill up of fuel. We'll see how that mixes them up as they exit the pits. We'll take a look back toward the front of this pack, and those pit stops have really separated everyone.
Yeah, lots of separation towards the top there. Here comes Kyle Busch. It looks like he's going to be the leader coming off of the pits. Yes, just barely. Simon Pagano second, Elliott third, and Montoya fourth. And here comes pretty much everyone else to cycle out. We'll see if anyone else is going to come this next time.
They've all crossed pit lane, and look at all these guys coming down pit road. That's nearly half the field. Jeff Gordon leading them down.
Yeah, lots of cars. I think that's much better that they pitted in a large pack, because if you pit in a much smaller pack and you either have a really good or a really bad pit stop, you can lose the draft really easily here. So we'll see how everyone's going to cycle out here at the end of these pit stops.
Take a look at the pit road exit and the race off of pit road. With ease, Jeff Gordon wins the race off pit road. Mark Webber, Ryan Newman, Lewis Hamilton, and Casey Kane follow.
Good pit stops there from some of those guys who were towards the back. Definitely had a good stop, and they're going to come out towards the front as a lot of guys now are going to be cycling ahead. There goes Pagano. We'll see how these guys are going to cycle out. Pagano, Busch, and Elliott with a lot of momentum. This is probably going to easily make them get to the lead here. Let's see how they're going to cycle.
A lot of speed getting by Hamilton now. That's for 4th. Ryan Newman also up ahead. And I think these guys are about to catch up to speed, but there are still a few people who are yet to pit.
Oh, it looks like there may be an issue. An issue with Mark Webber. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I believe he just came off of pit road not too long ago, and now he's stuck on the apron with an issue going off the pace. Oh, that's unfortunate.
But here they came back on track and collected Nico Rosberg there. But it seems now, Mark Webber is coming to pit road once again. Must have been an issue with that last stop.
I'm not sure. There was so much cycling. I'm not sure if he just had an issue there, as you see there. Tony Stewart spending a long period of time on pit road here. But I'm not sure what happened with Webber. I can't remember. There was so much happening that I don't know if he either has an issue with his car and is pitting a second time, or he maybe ran out of fuel. I'm not sure, and he extended his pit window too far.
There's been an issue with the left side tires, as you see the crew changing those. As now we've got a lead pack of about 6 or 7 cars, led by Simon Pagano.
Pagano here trying to keep the advantage over this pack here. One different name that we haven't also seen, Chase Elliott, is now going to clear the rest of the drivers and jump in front of Kyle Busch, trying to catch Pagano.
Tony Stewart still on pit road repairing his damages. We'll see throughout the rest of the pack. Very spread out, really. The only big pack is that second one you see up ahead, along with the lead 6 or 7 cars. You see Mark Webber coming back off pit road. I don't know. I don't think he did pit. I think that was his stop, and he went really long.
Yeah, that was really interesting. We'll see how everything else is going to cycle out here. But Simon Pagano here is your race leader. Daniel Ricciardo is second, as here comes Ricciardo to the inside, trying to take the lead away. He's going to have a little bit of help from Ryan Newman and Jeff Gordon trying to follow.
All the way down to the bottom, Pagano with no help, and now Ricciardo jumps up in front of him. Ryan Newman trying to get a run on the bottom. He doesn't have much help either, but they're going to get side by side.
Here goes Newman to the inside. He's going to have help from Jeff Gordon. He's going to get to the inside of Pagano. He's going to clear him. Ricciardo with the lead. Newman to second. Gordon and Pagano side by side for third. As look behind, look at the rest of the packs. They have a lot more momentum. These guys, they're probably going to catch up, and we're going to have an even bigger pack soon here.
The question is, will they catch up in time? You see all these little packs that are spread out, but the pit window is only around 15 laps, so we'll have to see what'll end up happening.
Yeah, this 3-wide battling right here is going to probably stall out this momentum that I believe looks to be Juan Pablo Montoya, Michael Waltrip, and Sergio Perez. They are 3 wide, and this is going to be killing some of their time here. But it looks like this lead pack is going to go mostly single file here. Here goes Pagano to the inside of Newman for second. But the 3 other cars behind them have single filed out. We'll see if the rest of the pack can catch up.
Seems Daniel Ricciardo seems to lead this race, as we'll look through many of these smaller packs. There's hardly a car without a pack, as you see Tony Stewart finally getting off pit road out of some damage repairs. I believe he is now 6 laps down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Tony Stewart. Was pretty much in the back all race long, and just pretty much adding to his bad day. So we'll see what can go on here as Tony Stewart. Oh, this may spell trouble. Look out! Oh, wow. Okay, that was really close with Tony Stewart. It looked to be Will Power and Ryan Hunter-Reay. Nearly a collision.
As now we'll get back to our front pack with Daniel Ricciardo still leading. But he and Ryan Newman are starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack, with about 7 to go until the fuel window opens up again.
Yeah, they are starting to pull away here. Here goes Pagano to the inside of Gordon for third. He looks like he's going to maybe get some help here from behind from Kyle Busch. Busch doesn't really seem like he knows which lane to go. He's going to jump to the outside. But it looks like that second pack is starting to close up here with a lot of this front pack spread out here. So we'll see if they can gain much more time, as Newman and Ricciardo really just putting a big gap on the third place car.
Tandem draft with these cars, as they're beginning to pull away a good margin. I don't think that second pack has gained that much at all, but I'm not sure if they have the time to close the gap up now, seeing how they're still side by side.
Single file now pretty much for the lead pack. Pagano trying to catch up here. He's going to try to get some. It looks like he's got a draft now off of Newman here. Newman has been pretty fast here, and he's been getting good runs, but it just doesn't seem like he has enough real power to get by the 3 Ricciardo.
I'll take a look at this second pack here. See Juan Pablo Montoya and Michael Waltrip fighting for the lead of it. That's for 7th. As they nearly caught the tail end of the first pack.
Yeah, it looks like this second pack is going to catch. It looks like to be Chase Elliott's draft here. But up front, there's a little bit of a battle going on. That's Simon Pagano peeking to the inside. He clears Ryan Newman. Pagano takes second. And it looks like Montoya has pretty much got Chase Elliott's draft. And that should pretty much bring Michael Waltrip and Sergio Perez with them.
I'm not sure if Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, Scott Dixon, and Lewis Hamilton can do the same. They're a little bit far back. But Montoya, getting around the 9 of Elliott, these guys have caught the lead pack.
Montoya is going to clear his way past Chase Elliott. Here goes Michael Waltrip to the inside to pass Elliott. But up front, though, Jeff Gordon is going to get past Ryan Newman here, as here's the rest of the packs trying to form a way up to get to the front, but they seem like they are way too far back to have any shot right now.
Some pretty massive packs back here. They must be a lot faster than these leaders, but they must have come out so far behind and just don't have the time to catch as the fuel window opens up in another couple laps.
Yeah, these guys in this lead draft is going to be big help here. Now we see Pagano here on the rear bumper of Ricciardo trying to take the lead away. He's got Jeff Gordon behind, and those 3 have essentially made a pretty wide margin to the cars behind. As you see some of the other cars, it looks to be Scott Dixon, Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane. They have caught up, but that has left Lewis Hamilton out to dry. He is going to lose this pack, so we'll see where everyone's going to line up here. Gordon to the inside now for second place, as pit window should be opening up very soon. We'll see who brings it to pit road.
No draft from these 3 leaders. They were starting to pull away from the rest of the pack, but now it seems Montoya has an idea of how to get to the lead, as now he's catching the 24 of Gordon.
And that 42 has some speed right now. He's making a pass on the 24 with really no help behind him at all. So we'll see if we'll be able to clear him. They're going to be side by side. It looks like Gordon is going to be having the nose ahead at the line. Here's this big pack once again. They have all pretty much formed up into one giant pack, but The unfortunate, they are not going to catch this lead pack before this pit window starts. But we'll see if they gain any time while on pit road. Maybe they'll probably pick up Lewis Hamilton here and bring into this pack, and we'll see if this makes any difference.
Some big moves out in front. This pack is still kind of very disorganized here. With the top lane kind of starting to pull away, and the bottom lane not quite sure what they want to do with themselves. With Kurt Busch pulling ahead, and they're 3 wide.
And here goes Simon Pagenaud to the inside, trying to take the lead away from Daniel Ricciardo. And he's going to have some help from Juan Pablo Montoya. It's been a little bit since we've seen a new leader here, as now they're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Juan Pablo Montoya on the inside with help from Gordon. It looks like they are going to be 3 wide now, double wide on the backstretch.
This race, Pagenaud with very little help from behind. Here comes Gordon to the bottom. He's got help from Casey Kane. As tandem drafting 3 wide for the lead.
Montoya with the nose ahead. He looks like he's going to possibly clear Pagenaud here. Just barely. It looks like Pagenaud's going to have help from Michael Waltrip. He tries to jump up, but he's not clear. Here comes Pagenaud on the outside fighting back.
They passed pit road that time. The fuel window is now open. As it doesn't look like we have any takers from the rear pack either. We might have a couple of laps more, but it seems Lewis Hamilton has joined these guys in the back.
And that group there is led by, I believe that is Ricky Taylor there, but he is putting a little bit of a gap there on the 2 cars behind him. So we'll see if that affects him. But here they come into turn 3. Pagenaud is now your leader over Montoya, Waltrip, and Gordon. We'll see if anyone peels off here to pit road yet. Let's see. Doesn't look like anyone's going to peel off just yet in this lead pack. So we'll see if anyone else is going to peel off here, especially from the second pack. No, not yet.
Guys like to run a couple laps longer than the original fuel window here. As now Pagenaud and Montoya getting a little bit of a gap from the rest of the field. Chase Elliott seems to have lost this lead draft as well.
Yeah, he's jumping up and down, trying to catch this lead draft. But here comes the 42 of Montoya, trying to take the lead away from Pagenaud. Gordon is going to be clear now for 3rd, but here goes Montoya, trying to clear the 22. Here they come off of turn 4. Let's see if anyone else will peel off this time. Oh yes, here comes the 42.
Just Montoya.
Oh, that is going to be interesting for Montoya, pitting all by himself. That's going to hurt him. He's not going to have any help with him coming off the pit road. So this could be a big disaster for the 42.
No one, not even in the second pack, peeled off with him. So it's just going to be Montoya. We're not sure. Maybe short pitting will end up giving him a very short advantage before he gets freight trained by a pack. But this could spell disaster for the 42. Through 3 and 4. Once again, we'll see if anyone peels off this time.
I have a feeling that pit stop there by Montoya may have influenced a couple others. We'll see if anyone else decides to bring it in. Yes, here comes quite a couple more. Your leader, Pagenaud, Waltrip, Perez. It looks like Dixon, Kyle Busch, and Chase Elliott. And behind them, looks like Steve Kinzer from that second pack is going to bring it in.
The only one from that second pack bringing it in. I guess these guys in the second pack pitted later than the ones up front. So that's allowing them to run it a little bit longer.
And that'll be a pretty decent strategy there. I think if they get an extra lap on this lead pack, this could be big for them to gain time, but we'll have to see how that cycles out. Here's some other cars. Michael Waltrip, Simon Pagenaud coming out for their stop. Scott Dixon following behind. But here's more of your leaders. Montoya is going to drop way back. Not much help. He's going to try to cycle in front of Casey Kane. Kane drops to the inside. I believe that's Helio Castroneves trying to cycle in. And here comes more stops. There's Kane, Newman, and Gordon. And a bunch of others behind.
Still hasn't gotten this lap back, as a good amount of drivers still stay out running this fuel system even longer. As we notice notable names like Lewis Hamilton, David Gravel, Sammy Swindell, Kimi Räikkönen, Graham Rahal, Robert Kubica all come to pit road, Jeff Gordon as well.
Yeah, everyone seems to be spread out right now. We're going to have to check scoring here in a bit once pit stops can finish cycling here. Here's Ricciardo passing Perez here. but most of the leaders who came in that lead pack just came in. Was now here comes Ricardo for his stop. And that looks to be Castro Neves, I believe, coming in with him. And it looks like probably the last amount of drivers who need to make their stop are coming in now.
Ricky Taylor, Bobby Labonte, Sebastian Bourdais, Felipe Massa. That was Carl Edwards as well. Now Will Power diving below for his stop as well.
So everyone has pretty much come out of pit road. Everyone has cycled pretty much all over the place. So we'll have to see, once everyone is done with their stops, who cycles out as the leader here. Here come a lot of your guys off the pit road. Kyle Busch, aggressive move there over Lewis Hamilton to get the overtake. And it looks like Kyle Busch, just barely, and Steve Kinzer is going to follow. So seemed like a big gain here for Steve Kinzer here, who had a good, who was in that second pack and had a good pit stop, and now he's here battling with the 18 and the 9.
Of confusion going on through cycling. Logano was your leader. You saw him dive down pit road there. As now Kyle Busch has been able to guess this pit cycle nearly every single time, as I think he might benefit from this. But here's another pack out in front. Jeff Gordon, Michael Waltrip. Maybe it's the exact opposite of what I said. Maybe Kyle Busch is long gone.
Yeah, here's this. There's Montoya, Pagano a little bit ahead. Here's Logano pit road and Mark Webber. They're getting their stops done. Logano's going to pull off here, but I don't know. They're pretty much all over the place. Here's Daniel Ricciardo. I think he's actually currently your leader right now, but he has a wide margin to the cars behind him. I believe it's Simon Pagano who is currently behind him, but Ricciardo with a huge gap to the second place car.
Seems Ricciardo may be yet to pit, along with Logano we saw on pit road, Webber on pit road. We're waiting for scoring to update as it only does so every single lap. But Ricciardo running it very long compared to everyone else.
This is probably your main pack right here, at least with the biggest pack with drivers, Newman, Montoya, Perez, and Michael Waltrip. They're going to catch Simon Pagano. He will join the pack. And then you have I'll say about 6 or 7 more cars behind them. But right now, Ricciardo is still your leader with about a 4-second gap to Pagano, who is currently second.
Must have pit all alone, but got the strategy just right. So he's got himself a big lead, but he's eventually going to get caught by those packs.
Yeah, he is not going to hold this lead. This is essentially your biggest lead pack, about 5 cars here, and then you got about another 6 or 7 behind. So if that second pack there catches up to this one, Daniel Ricciardo is going to lose that lead, as there he is right there going by, and this second pack here is going to catch him very, very easily. Ricciardo at the line. We'll see what the time is to now Ryan Newman in second place. About a second gain there, so they're going to catch him anytime now, so we'll see how this cycles out.
Again, one of the biggest things we were talking about earlier a couple laps ago was Montoya and that bold move to pit alone. We thought it wasn't going to work out for him, but he's in this lead pack right now. It seems pitting early may be the way to go in this race.
I think what Montoya did is when he pitted and everyone else was so spread out, Montoya was able to catch probably one of the last packs and was able to get in their draft so he wouldn't lose that much time. But it looks like that second pack has caught the leaders, as Ryan Newman continuing to hold the lead, or not the lead, second place, the leader of this pack. Perez there right behind him, continuing to try to catch Ricciardo. About another second gain, about a second and a half now to Ricciardo, but there is a giant pack. They're going to catch Ricciardo within the next lap or two.
Now still wide though throughout this pack, but a single file top 3 with Newman, Perez, and Waltrip. Now Waltrip to the bottom. He's going to try to take second, but how will Daniel Ricciardo change the flow of this entire pack?
Newman and Perez have a giant run. Let's see if Ricciardo's going to do anything. He's not going to block. He is going to stay on the outside. But coming off of turn 4 there, surprisingly, they are side by side right now. Ricciardo holding a little bit of momentum, but Ryan Newman is back into the lead here at Daytona.
I think might be able to just fit snugly in with the rest of this pack, and that strategy has helped him stay up here, though.
That is true. He was able to keep some pace there on the outside when he was getting passed by Newman. So he's just slotted in front of all these drivers and behind him. And pretty much, I'd say his strategy worked out fairly well here. He's battling for the lead again. But behind them now, here goes Scott Dixon for third place under Michael Waltrip with help behind. But they're 3 wide behind him.
Just barely halfway through this race, Ryan Newman continues to lead the field. He's been up front for a very, very long time here. As now Scott Dixon, who really hasn't been seen at all this race, is also running in the third position.
Look there, you see Elio Castro Neves trying to take fourth place away. Here goes Dixon to the inside. The IndyCar multi-time champion here, trying to take second place away from Sergio Perez as they're 3 wide behind them. Here goes Jeff Gordon 3 wide under Michael Waltrip and Kimi Räikkönen.
Here we go off of turn 4 now. It seems single file through these leaders, the top 4. Newman, Dixon, Perez, and Castro Neves. As now they're 3 wide for 5th as well. But
here goes Perez now for second place, trying to take second away. He's going to get help from Elio Castro Neves there, trying to take third, or trying to take, he's going to give help now to Scott Dixon. Here goes Pagano. He's going to try to give some help to Perez, but it looks like Dixon is going to hold second.
Earlier, it's almost lap 45 where the pit window will open up yet again. I know it feels like we've just been talking about it, but these spread out strategies have really extended the length of that open pit window.
That is true. So we are going to probably see within this pack of, I'll say, about maybe top 10, 12 cars or so. We're going to see quite a couple probably different strategies here. A couple guys are on different strategies, like we saw Daniel Ricciardo, who had like a 4-second lead at the end of that pit stop. Montoya, who pitted pretty early. And then you have a lot of those guys who just pitted at once. So we're going to see a couple strategies here on the next pit stop.
Now you see Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Harvick, a lot of guys in the second pack. Ricky Taylor was the leader of the second pack last time around. He was just, but now he's side by side with Steve Kinser, with a little battle going on.
I will say that was interesting to see how these strategies have filed out. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott up front early were pretty dominant today, and now they've dropped to the second pack. But up front, Scott Dixon with an aggressive move. He takes the lead away, but here comes Jeff Gordon with help from Simon Pagenaud. Gordon is now going to come to the inside trying to take the lead away. They're going to be 3 wide there for about second place, but it's Gordon on the inside trying to take it from Dixon.
Gordon with a lot of help on the bottom, single file train on the bottom. The pit window is in fact open. I don't think we're going to see any takers during this battle, but they're still side by side with the tri-oval.
We will know when some strategies are going to become available, because you're going to see probably some guys are either going to probably make more aggressive moves or are going to drop back to get on that bottom line to make their pit stop. But up front, it's now Gordon who has cleared Dixon for the lead. Here comes Pagenaud trying to take second away. They're 3 wide with Waltrip, Räikkönen, and Castro Neves. But it looks like Dixon is going to be fighting still on the outside. We'll see if anyone decides to pit this time.
As now we'll take a look at the second pack once more. These guys might try to pull some strategy, as you see Massa and Logano on the bottom. You see Lewis Hamilton leading this second pack, as no one actually popped off. These guys are going to be running it a little bit longer once again.
We'll see if this longer strategy here is going to help anyone here. We did see it a couple times there with some of the previous strategies. But behind Gordon, it's Michael Waltrip now trying to take third place away. He's got help from Robert Kubica right behind him. As now here goes Pagenaud to the inside, trying to take the lead. He's going to have a big push here from the 15.
Have some extremely organized help. I think it's that outside line with more help with Pagenaud with the shorter way advantage. he's gonna, no, he hasn't quite cleared Gordon off of turn 4 yet. As, has anyone in that rear pack popped off? No, I actually thought I saw somebody do something. But no, there's still 3 wide all throughout the pack. Felipe Massa taking the lead of that pack.
You see there, Chase Elliott there in the middle, Kyle Busch up top there. Felipe Massa now takes the lead of that pack over Lewis Hamilton. Here goes Logano to the inside of Hamilton. Looks like Bourdais may be underneath him. No, he's going to clear Bourdais. Logano trying to take the lead of that pack. But up in the first pack, they're side by side. Pagenaud trying to take the lead away with help from Waltrip. We'll see if anyone decides to peel off this time.
Window may not open until around lap 50. Instead, we must have misjudged it early, because pitting those 2 laps late every single time is going to affect the pit window later on in the race.
That is true. So that is probably different for a lot of these drivers. A lot of these guys are on some, like I mentioned earlier, some different strategies. So we may see 1 car peel off. Then we may see like 3 cars. Like Montoya there trying to take it 3 wide. He was one who was on a strategy who pitted by himself. Maybe he's going to do the same thing, and maybe he can get the same luck here. Kurt Busch is going to slide to the top there, make it 3 wide here. And it looks like, yes, I think we have some coming in. Here goes Pagenaud. He's going to come in with, it looks like Montoya and either and I believe Mark Webber. No, I believe that's Daniel Ricciardo.
From that second pack, Kyle Busch came in all alone as well. Interesting to see how that plays out, as now this front pack has gotten significantly smaller, as a lot of guys in the middle of it came to pit road.
And there you can see right there, Gordon, Dixon, and Raikkonen have put a big gap on the cars behind them. It is a pretty, spread out now at the pack behind here. But once you get to Lewis Hamilton, Joey Logano, they are much together, as here goes another car that looks like Brad Keselowski coming into pit. We'll see if anyone else behind. Yes, here comes pretty much all of those lead cars. There's going to leave a couple out. I believe Elio Castroneves is going to be the leader. But here come most of the dominant leaders from that first pack.
See on pit road, Michael Waltrip there, Steve Kinser, Chase Elliott, Sergio Perez, our previous leader, Jeff Gordon, Steve Kinser there, Kurt Busch, AJ Allmendinger, a lot of these new guys too, Greg Biffle, Ryan Hunter-Whitray, Nico Rosberg. As we'll see this race off of pit road here. Brad Keselowski wins it off, but he is going to be a lap down very shortly. But Jeff Gordon and Keselowski are coming off together. What's Gordon going to do with that lap car to extend his lead as more cars come off of pit road?
That's going to be big for Gordon. You saw the gap behind. It was a pretty big gap, so I believe that was Montoya behind him. But now that Gordon is probably going to use that 2-car of Brad Keselowski as some drafting help. Maybe they'll get to tandem, as we've seen some cars tandem already a little bit today. 2 cars work together, and they put a big gap on behind. But look how spread out everyone pretty much is here. They're all going to probably soon lose a bit of momentum, form a pack, and all catch up. But right now, Jeff Gordon probably with the biggest help. Kimi Räikkönen pretty slow off there. He's going to lose a lot of time here to this pack. But they're going to go 3 wide now. Here's Perez, Castroneves, and Pagenaud. As here come a couple more off. Here comes, looks like Kubica and Casey Kane. And behind them, Harvick as well.
See Ricky Taylor there. Yeah, a lot of cars coming off of pit road now. These strategies will continue to cycle through. There's David Gravel coming off of pit road as well. Helio Castroneves is still your leader right now, but that's because they may not have pit yet.
And you saw it there just before. You saw Brad Keselowski and Jeff Gordon working together a little bit, trying to maybe put a little bit of a gap to the guys behind. But here's a much bigger pack here forming up. That's Castroneves, Dixon, Perez, Pagenaud, Logano, and then I believe Montoya. And here comes Harvick now. Is that Harvick? No, that's Harvick, I believe. No, Castroneves peeling off. So we'll see how big these packs are going to get.
Onto the racetrack now, as that puts the 22 of Joey Logano into the lead. except he's hanging with these lap packs that he's trying to work together with here.
Pretty much
And
formed up
Casey
now.
Kane.
Here's Kubica and Casey Kane coming off together. Bobby Labonte, Kimi Räikkönen are going to get a big run on the outside. They're going to get by both of them. There's a bit of a smaller pack. Everyone's going to cycle off. Castro Neves coming off pit road. There's Biffle, 4-car pack, and then you have another 4-car. And it's pretty much 4 cars until you get to a pretty big pack. As here's your leader, Joey Logano, bringing it to pit road now. So we'll see how this cycles out.
Once this cycles through, it looks like it's going to be Jeff Gordon taking the lead, and with Brad Keselowski, he's got a 3-second lead over 4th place Ryan Newman.
And that's what we were talking about. Gordon coming off with Brad Keselowski. They were going to work together, try to pull away from the cars behind. So that big win there for the 24 group, getting some help there from the 2 and pulling away. You see Castro Neves there who came off pit road. I wonder which group he will be able to get to. Here's Logano coming off pit road. A couple other lap cars are probably going to come up in the distance soon, so we'll see if Castro Neves is going to file into the group behind Gordon.
See, Gordon now, I don't know why he keeps taking to the inside to make a double file with Keselowski. That's just not going to help him out in the long run. But yeah, we see Gordon and Keselowski just working together down the back straightaway, and there's a long gap until the next pack.
We'll see if those moves there Gordon is making to the 2 at Keselowski is going to hurt him at all. You see about 3 cars there. They're going to pick up Helio Castro Neves, and then there's a giant pack behind of about 8 cars. And if they all start to form up here and become as organized as possible, we'll see if they'll be able to catch the 24 before this maybe next pit site. Probably last pit cycle. We'll see how it shakes up here. So Gordon continuing to hold a pretty strong lead, and we'll see if the rest of the cars can catch up.
Send it off in turn 3. Gordon keeps peeking down below Keselowski. I'm not sure if that's just run management or if he's actually trying to make a move and doesn't like being behind Keselowski. But he better appreciate it, because Keselowski's the only reason Gordon is out in front now.
That is true. You see he keeps peeking to the inside, but that outside is really prevailing. Brad Keselowski to stay ahead, and Gordon just has to keep slotting in. But this pack now has pretty much formed up. You got about 4 rows that are double file, and then you got about another 5 cars behind that are soon to catch up. But Ryan Newman is trying to hold the lead over this pack. You see Lewis Hamilton, Graham Rahal, Michael Waltrip, Helio Castro Neves, all trying to work together here to catch that 24.
Now back into the trial. Well, it seems Gordon might have another lap car to play with here. That's Matt Kenseth, who hasn't been having the best of days as well, but he's without draft as well.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 and the 24 are going to catch the 17 very soon here, but if you look at the scoring monitor, you can see that group. They are just barely clicking off time to that 24. Not as much time as I expected, but it looks like that 2 and 24 really have good speed together, but you keep seeing Gordon peeking to that inside. That's probably costing a bit of time here, but maybe with some help from Kenseth here coming up, we'll see if that'll make a difference.
As now Kenseth with a little bit of speed to him, not that much though. I think they've caught that 17. We'll see what happens with him there. But Lewis Hamilton and Ryan Newman are leading the second pack. So if this thing stays green, this might be one of their races.
You see, they have caught the 17. Gordon has finally got by the 2 of Keselowski. I don't know if this is like what he really wanted to do and got help from the 17, but Keselowski fighting strong on that outside. Kenseth jumping up there. They are side by side, and that group behind gained about 3/10 there, so we'll see if they gain any more.
Doing with Keselowski and Kenseth, he would be pulling away right now, but he's just battling side by side. That second pack is going to be gaining a lot for as long as Gordon is side by side.
Here they come across the line. We'll see what it looks like here. Still, maybe it's okay. It's pretty much under a second now, near second and a half. So they are gaining quick on that 24, running side by side. Lewis Hamilton now, it looks like he's going to pull ahead of the 12 with help from Graham Rahal. But Lewis Hamilton with strong momentum here. They're going to catch this 24 very soon, maybe within a lap or two, maybe even less.
Still side by side out front, as now you see the gap between the two cars in this wide camera angle here. Gordon's still side by side with the two of Keselowski. Now he finally thoughts in behind him. We got a 3-car pack.
You see at the line, they gained about a total of a whole second there. A big gain here. These guys running side by side. You see Elio jumping up top there. Maybe going to lose a little draft up there from Ryan Newman. But here they come. They are right here. They are within the straightaway of that 24 and going to probably take the lead here very soon. Gordon seeming to be a little bit impatient now. These lap cars side by side here, Brad Keselowski and Matt Kenseth. Gordon not knowing where to go, and this pack is caught pretty much. They are there. They are ready to pounce.
On the back straighter before Gordon got that monster run, I thought Keselowski was like, alright, I'm done helping you. If you want to pass me, I'm going to go work with Kenseth. But now Gordon is caught back up. I don't know if the two slowed down to help Gordon catch. But now Ryan Newman to the bottom of Jeff Gordon. This is going to be for the lead.
Here goes Newman to the inside. He's got to the inside of the 24. Newman, who's had speed all day, has finally made his way to the front with help from the pack. And now they are side by side for the lead. We'll see if the two here plays a factor into who takes the lead here.
Now Ryan Newman to the lead. That's Lewis Hamilton helping on the bottom with Keselowski controlling the pack despite being a lap car. As you notice, there was a 2-car tandem off of turn 4. How will that affect this race?
Newman is pretty much clear into the lead now. We'll see if he's going to take any extra help here off of the 2. We'll see if he'll take extra draft. Maybe they'll try to tandem here, pull away here. But behind them, Lewis Hamilton is clearing Jeff Gordon. Hamilton takes second place now. He's going to jump to the outside, maybe get some help here. Here goes Newman to the inside of the 2. Remember, the 2 is a lap car. He's not for positions, so Newman is going to stay in the lead. But Hamilton now jumping to the bottom. He's going to help the 12. Gordon with them, and Kenseth, who is also a lap car. So he is not in this pack battling for the lead either.
Question still floating around in my mind. Will these guys have to pit again? Because their fuel should only go until around like lap 70, 67 to 70. So these guys are probably going to have to pit one more time with 10 laps to go.
That is true, with a lot of different strategies in cars who have stretched fuel or have either pitted sooner. A lot of their strategies, I'd say they're going to have to make it at least 2 more laps to make it to the end on one more stop. So we'll see. If anyone pits early, that's going to be a really questionable call. But right now, Lewis Hamilton peeks to the inside on Ryan Newman, trying to take the lead away for the first time today. He's got help from the 24. Newman, not much help.
Now, Lewis Hamilton still to the bottom of the racetrack. Brad Keselowski cannot get to the rear bumper of the 12N to give him a push. But the 12 gets a big run on the outside either way with that outside line advantage. Now Gordon up side by side with Newman.
So
Not Gordon, sorry, Hamilton.
So it looks like with the amount of laps we have left, I believe if you were to pit from now on, you should be able to make it on one last stop. But again, we'll see if any strategies are different here. It looks like these guys should be pitting probably within the next 5 to 7 laps or so. So we'll see if anyone's going to make a charge here. Look at Graham Rahal there, lose a little bit of time. He jumps to the outside. So, it looks like maybe we got some takers. I don't know. Yeah, we do have takers. Your leader, Hamilton, Gordon, Perez, Montoya, and Kurt Busch all come in. This is going to be really close to the end of this race.
As now we see Hamilton getting into his pit stop. Another question that I have is, what if a caution comes out in the last 10 laps as these guys are getting more and more aggressive? How will that affect this race? Those guys will just be trapped as now we see Ryan Newman, our race leader. Matt Kenseth is still stuck with this lead pack, but it seems these two of the leaders, Castroneves and Newman, have pulled away using help from the lap cars.
And now here comes Newman peeking to the inside, I believe. Yes, here he comes to pit road all by himself. So this could be interesting, seeing what help he has. But the cars behind him, Ray Hall, Waltrip, Pagano, Dixon, nearly contact there with Carl Edwards, and many more on pit road.
They did get into each other on pit road, but luckily Dixon was still able to get into his stall. As our leader now, I'm not sure who would. Yeah, it's actually Helio Castroneves is still on the racetrack. He's our leader. As now he's gonna peak low again using the same tactic that Gordon did, except instead of before on exit, it's before entering pit road. As now Helio's gonna dive to the bottom, and I think that means he's coming in this time. Yes, he is.
So this is going to be interesting for Elio. He has Matt Kenseth, remember, who is a lap car, not battling for position at the moment with Elio. He does it. It's only 2 cars, but then you have that pack behind them. Looks like Taylor, looks like Sammy Swindell and a couple others. And now here comes another pack of 4 bringing it to pit road.
Now our race leader is, I'm not sure who the leader is actually. But there is quite some spread throughout the field, varying strategies, as we're just under 10 laps to go here.
Again, the interesting thing is those cars who pitted first, if we don't get another yellow, it's going to be close to make it to the end of the race on their on the fuel they have at the moment. So it looks like those who are pitting about now should be good to make it to the end here. So we'll see who has enough fuel to make it, and we'll see how this cycles out here. But still have quite a couple out here who have not made a pit stop. Looks like this group hasn't really made a stop yet. Here goes Allmendinger and Kinzer off the pit road they're getting by. So we'll see how everyone cycles out here.
I think those who pitted early just barely cut the strategy short, so they should be good by about 2 or so laps. But we see this lead pack. David Gravel is the leader, and these 5 guys have not pit yet.
They're all sliding to the top here. I believe they are going to probably either pit now or within the next couple laps. I believe it looks like we have one coming in here. Yes, it looks like David Gravel is going to bring it to pit road. But right now, these seem to be your leaders at the moment. Joey Logano, I believe, is currently the leader at the moment. And that's Ryan Hunter-Ray and Greg Biffle behind him. Biffle, nearly contact there. Here they come on Harvick. Look out, wow, that was okay. That was pretty close between he and Biffle. But Joey Logano, currently the leader. We'll see how everything else cycles out.
Lap cars, Greg Biffle and Ryan Hunter-Ray are not on the lead lap right now, so Logano is using them to stay in a draft before he comes to pit road.
Let's see if Logano's going to peak. Not yet. He's staying out there. Logano's really trying to stretch this here, and he's got a pack in front of him. It looks like they're going to catch these lap cars in front of him, so pretty interesting strategy here for the 22 of Logano. If we get a caution, this could really change the game here. So Logano has caught these guys. Looks like Vettel, Kyle Busch, and Mark Webber. So now it's about a pack of 6 here, but a mix on the lead lap, off the lead lap. So we'll see how this stuff cycles out. Oh, it looks like Robert Kubica. Oh, he's going to get held up here a little bit by, I believe that's David Gravel. So that's going to be unfortunate for Kubica. But this right here is really what we're looking at. Big pack of lead cars.
And with 10 to go left in this race, Tyler, I think that's what Joey Logano is banking on, that another caution comes out and he is gifted the race lead after all these cars that he's lapped. But I'm not sure. Oh, wait, never mind. Here comes a 22 to pit road right now.
I think he was trying to stretch it as much as he can, trying to catch a yellow, but unfortunately did not get one. But up front here, we have a bigger pack, Lewis Hamilton. I believe he is your leader at the moment, so we'll see how this cycles out. They're going to get by the 22 here. It's going to be a matter of how far back he is. So, and I believe the 2 car there, Brad Keselowski, is the lap down, so he is not for position. But we'll see where everyone's going to cycle out. Here comes Logano off of pit road.
3 right now is going to be Hamilton, Waltrip, and Rahal. As now Waltrip to the bottom of the track trying to take the lead, but Keselowski is going to interfere with those plans.
Keselowski has been really has had an interesting strategy tonight. He's really not hasn't been in contention really much of the day, and now he's just pretty much lost his good strategy with these lead cars. So now he's just barely clinging on to laps here, trying to hold on. But behind them, it's Hamilton, Waltrip, and Castro Neves, your top three.
As now we head back into the tri-oval with Lewis Hamilton, the leader, using the 2 of Keselowski to get a gap on the rest of the pack. Waltrip second, Elio Castro Neves now running in third, with help from Scott Dixon behind.
Here goes Castro Neves to the inside of Waltrip. Waltrip with not much help there up top at the moment. Here's Dixon trying to push Castro Neves. We'll see which lane he decides to go in. You got Perez there behind. But currently, Lewis Hamilton continuing to hold a strong lead, using that help from Brad Keselowski. So we'll see where this goes. Dixon way up high, going to lose a lot of momentum. Now loses a spot to Sergio Perez as well.
We've still got a couple of car breakaway with Michael Waltrip trying to get to the bottom of Lewis Hamilton for the lead. Lewis Hamilton without any help. But now Elio is going to ditch the 15 of Waltrip. Elio doesn't know who to go with.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't know who to go with. Castro Neves goes the top to the bottom, and then he decides fully on the bottom and pushes Michael Waltrip to the lead here at Daytona. Now trying to take the lead away for himself under Waltrip with help from Perez.
Lap car is going to play a big factor, and I think this pack has finally woken up to the fact that it's now or never, with only 7 laps, nearly 6 in this race, left to go, with Elio Castro Neves, our new leader, off of turn 4.
Yeah, it's pretty much game time now. Look at Joseph Newgarden maybe trying to make it almost 4 wide there, but these guys realizing with just 7 laps to go that it's time to get to the front here. Castro Neves to the lead. Kenseth there, also who is one of those cars a lap down, so he's not for position. But behind Castro Neves, it's Waltrip and Newgarden.
So now Matt Kenseth, as a lap car, is leading the inside lines charge, trying to get something done, as now 2 lap cars lead this pack. It's the 2 and the 17. As they head off of turn 4, they're coming to 5 laps to go.
It's interesting to see how these lap cars are playing out in this battle. And there's a caution! The caution is out! Oh my, that changes everything. We're going to have to wait for an official word here to see what the cause is, but wow, that changes everything.
With 5 laps to go, the biggest question is, will they get the chance to restart? As we'll quickly go to a commercial break to find out the cause of caution. We'll be right back.
You could never keep me down. Oh, you were wrong. 'Cause that was then and this is now. Take aim, come on and give it go. These flames are only pushing me higher. I'm crazy 'cause you know that I'm wrong. Face tamed and now I'm walking on fire.
Welcome back here to Daytona. Under caution at the moment, coming to about 2 laps to go here. The reason for that caution, there was a report of debris around the backstretch entering turn 3. So, pretty big deal there, I guess. Glad no one ran into it, but right now we're going to have to see if they're going to be able to get restarted here. If the pace car lights go out here, we're going to have a 1-lap shootout to decide the race. Here they come. The lights are out. We're going to have a 1-lap shootout to decide this race at Daytona. All right, everyone, get your popcorn, get your seats ready. We're going to have probably a show here coming to the checkered flag.
And those lap cars don't look like they're going to play a factor anymore, as now they're being thrown to the back of the field. Now everybody you see here is on the lead lap with a fight for the win, and I'd say anybody in the top 10 can get it.
That is true. Pretty much at this rate, restarting here single file, we're going to see who has the momentum. Right now, it looks like the only car lined up here that will not really play much of a factor is there about, I think that's the 6th or 7th car in the orange car in line. That's Tony Stewart, who is about 6 laps down. So doesn't seem like he's going to play much of a factor here. So right now, Elio Castroneves, Michael Waltrip, Joseph Newgarden, Scott Dixon, and Sergio Perez are your drivers currently restarting in the top 5. This is going to be an interesting, strat. Everyone's good on fuel now, probably to the end here, so we'll see how this plays out.
Elio is your leader right now. They are single file for this restart. That's going to be interesting. See how quickly they fan out. Will they fan out? Will we have an exciting finish here? Or will Helio train them to the lead? But these drivers have been aggressive all day long through turns 3 and 4. We're getting ready for the restart.
And here they come, lined up single file. Lots of cars with a shot to win. Will they make it to the checkered flag in one piece? That's going to be the important question. But here they come off of turn 4. The pace car is going to take a left here. Here they come to the restart. It's Elio Castroneves, Michael Waltrip to the green flag. We are back underway, and it's the white flag. 1 lap to go. Who wins it?
Green and white checkered. Green and white at the same time with a checkered flag at the end here. Elio Castroneves with a big jump as they enter turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Lewis Hamilton peeking down to the bottom of the racetrack. Scott Dixon also making a move.
Here goes Dixon to the inside, under Newgarden for 3rd place. He's got Hamilton behind. Big gap for Castroneves. Michael Waltrip is going to try to get a run, maybe hop to the bottom. Where will they go?
Now bumper to bumper down the back straightaway. Lewis Hamilton with an ambition move to the bottom. Michael Waltrip to the bottom as they enter turn 3. They're going to be side by side through 3 and 4.
Here they come into turn 3 and 4. They're 3 wide there for 3rd place. They're side by side coming to the checkered flag. Michael Waltrip, Elio Castroneves. Who's going to win it? They're side by side. Photo finish. Who got it at the line? It looks like they're giving it to Michael Waltrip. He looks to be your winner and beats Elio Castroneves. Wow, what a finish!
Too close to call on our little monitor though, but I think the gap they're calling it is a 4/1000th of a second. Michael Waltrip has defeated Elio Castroneves for the first victory in the International All-Star Racing Championship.
So an amazing finish here at Daytona. Congratulations to Michael Waltrip on getting the victory over Elio Castroneves. Here are your final standings. Justin Ricci, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you for the next race.